Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2023. It is the battle of the extra Baconators as Cards of the Heart, number 2 seed versus number 4 seed, the thebfin314. They're going to be duking it out in the gold bracket third place match for glory and a little bit of an extra slice of that prize pool. I am Tayman, and I am joined by Tetris Attacker and Six.
Yo.
Hey guys.
Yes, a match so good that we decided to bring out all the stops on our commentator's desk, and with all the salt in this game, we're gotta make sure that we have eyes on every corner of the game. So you are not gonna want to miss this matchup. But first, if you are unfamiliar with Tetris Attack, or you are just not familiar with the speedrun strats that our players are going to be using today, check out this brief tutorial video that was put together by our very own Cards of the Heart.
Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in North America and Europe based on the Super Famicom game Paled Upon. It was also localized and broadcast through the Super Famicom's Satellaview add-on multiple times throughout its service. Both versions are playable in this tournament. Swapping up to 2 panels in your stack at a time, match at least 3 panels of the same color horizontally or vertically to make the panels disappear. Simply matching 3, however, will not be enough to win. You need to make combos and chains to not only stop your stack's gradual rising for a short time and prevent your stack from breaking through the top of your field, but also send garbage to your opponent to force their stack to the top of their field. Make combos by matching more than 3 panels at once. The amount of time they stop rising the stack is minimal, but so is the amount of time their garbage makes the opponent's field shake. Quick wins can be achieved if you stack combo garbage correctly. Make chains by linking sets of matches together. Make one set of panels disappear and then let the panels directly above them fall into another match. Their garbage makes the opponent's field shake more, but they stop the rising stack for much longer. Forcing your opponent's stack to the top is more consistent with larger chain garbage. To beat the CPU opponents, you must either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is topped out, send so much garbage that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage in a way to make them think they can no longer make a move. Due to how combo garbage is handled in this game, this is by far the least likely scenario. In Versus mode, the easy level has 10 stages, the normal level has 11, and the levels hard and V-hard as we call it have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing each other through all of those stages to defeat the final stage as fast as they can. The player who does that first wins the race. The player who wins a predetermined number of races first wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players.
You know, I think our runners today are really going to be hoping for that 7-second Bowser in the tutorial video.
I considering how some of their Bowsers have gone in stages past, and considering how bad Bowser can get in this game, everyone would take a 7-second Bowser.
Everyone would take a 4 times as long Bowser, under 30 seconds. So yeah, we are in the final stretch of this tournament with this new format. We have compressed things down into about a month, and we're seeing how things work out. So yeah, today we are showing off the gold bracket third place match versus Cards and Bfin, and then next weekend that's going to be it. We have the stage clear tournament on Saturday, followed by an Easter special of the gold bracket finals between Yoshi and FFR Pro. Well, let's talk.
Yeah, so this one's... Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say, the format, you touched on it briefly there, Tay. The format here was a little different. Those of you who are familiar with years past, instead of a big double elimination bracket spanning 3 entire months, we did a little bit different here. Single elimination bracket has gotten us here to the the bronze medal match. We went through some popcorn picks in the first few between all the different speeds, but now we are locked in V-hard only. So that's what we've got through the rest of here. Looks like some of what's listed here might be for the silver bracket, but we are best of, I believe we're best of 7.
Oh yes,
For today's bronze medal match here.
Yes, actually, and that is.
But
that,
yes,
that is
all
a good catch.
Yeah, all red hard all the time here for the bronze medal match. Both of these runners up did that last week in the semifinal matchup. So they are definitely warmed up to it. They're not jumping in cold, having done a bunch of easy races. They know what they're up for here in V-hard. And are bringing it, both of them probably with a little bit of salt that they're not in the finals. So let's see how this shakes out and who gets that bronze placement.
Yeah, it's always difficult when you got to go through FFR Pro or Yoshi to get to those winners finals. That would be a tall task for anyone, but this is still going to be quite the exciting matchup. But really quick, before we give a preview, let's talk a little bit about our prize pool. It is your last chance to add to the Baconator Fund, as you can give a direct donation, or you can send any subscriptions or bits. Bits and donations will go directly to the prize pool, and Twitch subs will add $1, $2, or $6. And with this silver medal match, assuming that if we don't get to that $500, they're going to be fighting for 10 and 15%. So they're fighting for 15% of that prize pool. That would be about $15 right there. So that might be enough to level up to the triple Baconator combo even.
Hey man, angling for the sponsorship still to this day.
Please,
and
notice us.
Yes, and just a reminder, subscriptions included that will get put in the prize pool includes Prime Gaming subs. So if you've got one laying around from your Amazon Prime, consider using it here.
Yes, and if you do sub, you will get access to those salt emotes that will be needed in heavy force in this best of 7 V-hard. So really quickly, just wanted to let people know about our final mini tournament of this tournament. It's the Stage Clear tournament on April 8th. That is where players must clear below the line on each stage and get through to the end and defeat Bowser. So you have through April 5th to sign up for that tournament.
Those of you watching live here on Twitch, April 5th, by the way, is 3 days away. That's a lot faster than you think in your head. We're already in April. I know it's not up on me.
Man, my friend invited me to his wedding back in like September. And I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about that because that's like in 7 months. And now it's like at the end of the month. So I think time needs to just calm down a little bit. In any case, let's take a look at where our competitors, at the path our competitors went through to get to this point. Bfin took you down, Tetris Attacker, in the quarterfinals, but then, lost to Yoshi like nearly anyone would, except for me, who almost did not in the first round there. Cards of the Heart took down U6 and then went down against FFR Pro, and I think Cards of the Heart was having some pretty bad luck in his V-hard runs against FFR Pro. So he's going to be looking to turn it around in this bronze medal match. So let's take a look at just how these two competitors shake up here. So, let's start with you, Tetris Attacker. What are you looking for in this matchup?
This is going to be a good match. I mean, as you noted there in the bracket, we've us here have faced a lot of what the two of them have faced. So we're going to be, and we've seen a fair amount of them, and honestly, with Cards of the Heart, we've all seen a fair amount of him over the years. So we kind of know what we're going to get there. I mean, realistically, if Cards is on, he's almost impossible for anyone not named Yoshi to beat. But being completely on his game is not something that Cards of 6 years ago may have had a bigger window. Now he's, self-admittedly, sometimes his warm-up routine has to be right. His games against FFR, you saw him get stronger as the match went on, but it was a little bit too little too late. So that may be something out the gate. Beefin may be able to take advantage. If Cards doesn't have it today, he may be able to build enough of a lead to run away, but if Cards comes out the gate hot, it's probably going to be a tough ask for Beefin to take more than maybe one game off of him.
Yeah, this game definitely works on vibes, but the ability to get those vibes right is a skill, or the ability to regain those vibes if after a bad run. I think that's also a skill. How about you, Six? What are you excited about for this matchup?
I'm just excited for the new versus old dynamic. Beefin's really real first time entering one of these tourneys, but doing it after a lot of grind experience, like more than probably the rest of us have tried to do on this cursed game combined at this point. Just has that self-motivation to keep on trying to improve that time. I think a couple times it's resulted in stages that he's not used to doing like super follow-up attacks on, because if you're stuck in a stage, you just have to send another big attack rather than resetting your troubles away. And both of these players kind of fallen victim to those long stages trying to get exactly what's remaining on the V-Hard opponents, but they downstack, clear, and then repeat the cycle. I think it's going to be whoever prevents the most of those bad stages is going to take it down, and usually Cards is better than that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it takes 5 or 6 games to determine that.
Yeah, I mean, look at their leaderboard times there. Cards in third on the leaderboard at a 6:57, and then Beef in fourth. He's next on the leaderboard behind him, a full 18 seconds slower. So we know Cards has the top end speed, and he's also proven to be remarkably consistent in avoiding those bad stages. So, yeah, that's definitely going to come into play here.
Yeah, the mental game is very strong with Cards, but I've heard Beefin get kind of frustrated on streams, but maybe not the full Salt champion like myself or Ty or FFR Pro. So I think Beefin is pretty good at keeping a level head. And as we talked about, the battle of the old versus new, one of the consistent themes across these recent tournaments is just how good players have gotten and how many new players have arrived on the scene. So without any further ado, well, let's see who will win this battle of the new versus the old. It is the number 2 seed Cards of the Heart versus the number 4 seed thebfin314 coming at you right now.
Beefin, we saw him as we were talking there, keeping his hands, arms, and wrists nice and loose. Anybody who's got arm, wrist trouble knows you got to make sure you keep those stretches up so that you don't tighten up. Anyone who doesn't have those issues, I envy all of you.
Or you have really, really cold hands.
Yeah.
I need to try and warm them up somehow.
Alright, just really quick. Let's get our timer set up here.
Also, wanted to make a quick note. We saw it on the other one. You can barely see it here once we've seen the whole streams, but shout out to Beefin's shirt. Just a snapshot of a Tetris Attack stage clear just printed on his shirt. I love it.
That is devotion.
You do love to see that.
Ooh, nice 11.
Oh, yeah. We'll get this timer sorted out. Let's let our runners get started. we've given the runners the all clear. We'll wait just a minute for them to get started. We did have a little bit of wholesomeness in the race chat, as Beefin said it is an honor to go up against Cards of the Heart. So it just really goes to show you the sort of reputation and legend that Cards has established in the community.
Beefin's very complimentary in general to those. I mean, I think he had similar things to say about Yoshi, and why wouldn't you? So definitely, game recognizes game, I guess would be the way to put it here. And away they go.
We have match.
All right, Cards a little slow getting everything set up, and then ended up with a 7 combo there. I definitely know that's not what he was looking for. Let's see if he can get a stage or two under his belt and get his opening speed a little bit up. We're used to him starting his attacks a little bit quicker than that.
Auto chain on Beefin's Lakitu. Sent a good attack. It couldn't clear it faster than that. Kind of a wash on the first stage.
Get a fun little transition between every stage. Love it.
That was just a 2-chain from Cards, followed by like 5 lines of combo.
And that's one thing that Cards does pretty well. He's picked that up and added that as part of his game over the last couple years. Seeing Yoshi do it, just the combo spam. He's called it panic combos before, but I've seen him be a lot more purposeful in them, and interweaving, but also knowing when to just not worry about the chain and just go. And he's very good at that. Still getting a lot of 7 combos, which is odd for Cards. He's not one of those that's the constantly talking about how you can't do 7s,
no.
but he, like everyone else, recognizes they're a lot less efficient.
Okay, both doggos being kind of bad doggos here.
Ooh, that doggo almost on Beefin's side almost grabbed those horizontal greens and made it worse.
All good. Still pretty even through 3. We'll see where the breakout stage happens.
Yeah, it's typically somewhere around Lunchfish or Raven. And Cards, again, he's kind of lining stuff up and then taking a second to figure out what he wants to do with it. And then that didn't really quite line up where he normally would want. Cards typically is one of our shining examples of fantastic board vision, and I think a couple
Wiggler
times...
decode!
Oh no!
Ooh, look at that little slide by Beefin there.
Yeah.
That extra combo was like maybe a second too late, and because of that, Wiggler is stalling for, I think, that's probably like 20 seconds of stall from being 1 second too late. Welcome to this game.
Oh,
Right.
that was another drop from Cards. Maybe still need to get those fingers a little warmed up.
Yeah, fingers and eyes. I mean, like I said, his
Bane.
calling card is typically board vision, and he's just not quite landing what he wants right now. But he's so good; he's turning his drops into at least 25s or below. Like he's not letting things not dropping or falling where he wanted turn into the really bad stages, like happens to so many of our runners.
No, a little bit of a bad juggle from Beefin, and could not top off the frog with combos in time.
And that frog was just super low, which Froggy does like at least 60% of the time in my experience, so typically a good idea to go a little bit overboard on Froggy.
Cards sending a lot of combo garbage. When's that all gonna fall? And it's still not enough.
God.
This Blarg. Okay, no bonus.
What?
Oh, we got all the way up there to the clear.
Really?
Me.
Okay, then.
I did
What?
not think he was going to make it to that. The free chain bought himself how much more
God.
stop time? There we go, 36.
Good short attack from Beefin, though, pretty much makes up all of that difference. Maybe like
What?
5 seconds. Okay.
Chunking away 20 seconds of that deficit. That's nice. for Beefin there.
Yeah, I don't know if
Just kind of
either
having
of
to
our...
get a chain off the bottom. That's not enough.
Oh, that lunge fish is just way down there. If this can drop in time, it should be a crush, but he gets the raise.
Yeah, and Beefin with not nearly enough. He was like 4 lines short. Getting a good follow-up there eventually.
It's gonna chain, but extra combos are coming in now. The tier 2!
It's not a...
Oh, that was the shot. No!
Excuse me.
Some shake time, but that should be it.
Okay, he's got a lot of ground he's got to make up now, but I mean, we're entering the stages that really have that high variance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what?
Oh,
how did you have time for that?
Raven was so close to raising himself to death that the combo should come in now and still make it pretty good, but that was
18.
almost super cheesy
Yeah, we'll
and
take
wonderful.
an 18 on that.
Cards, you could see Cards react. Oh, like it was touching the top. Tetris Tech blocks have that little sigh that they do, like right as you're, like basically to signify that you're using up your health.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in that last couple seconds, and like I swear, Raven used up all of it.
Raven. Yeah, especially after the raise, which like resets your stop time to the default, and luckily Card's able to get a pretty
Yeah,
good
if that
Raven.
if that had carried on and been really long, that would have been some really big salt there.
Oh, this Hookbill's gonna chain.
Oh my god.
And chain.
Stop!
And
chain. X6 at least, and then gonna go second tier.
Yep.
Cards send a lot of single blocks, but there's
he got
single
to it.
blocks that are being cleared. Even sending a 4-chain with combos behind, it depends on where Hookbill's
and this Hookbill's still chaining. There's the down stacking. Okay, 47.
A few more combos, but saving a row 3 clear.
Yeah.
Ugh. That was a chance.
At this point, he just has to make sure that he gains a little bit of ground, which he did. He made up about 15 seconds on Cards there. These last couple stages are really going to determine it. I mean, we've got 3 high variance enemies here to finish this out. Okay.
Oh, great setup of combos and chains on different parts of the board for a very quick, like, 9-10 line attack.
Yeah, it wasn't enough even with that, but it was beautiful.
Maybe? Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, we'll take that.
That was all needed.
Yeah, he needed every bit of that attack.
There's some...
Beefin getting some setup here. I don't even know if that follow-up was enough.
I think Plant was just down stacking that into a clear no matter what.
Might be good here. Nothing obvious. Okay.
Beefin's doing a pretty good job of weaving 4 combos into his to at least get some more garbage. I would love to see some of those, 4s that he's weaving in start to be a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, yeah, a bunch of 4s aren't ideal, but at least, like, you're getting something.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely, yeah. If the option is just a plain chain with no combos or 4s, take the 4s every time.
Yeah, Kamika's time's second tier.
Oh, that's gonna be a chain on Kamik's side.
Yep. With some follow-up chain setups there. Yeah. Okay. Didn't know if Kamek was gonna make it to that. This is Beefin's opportunity here. Kamek was topped, but he needs a lot more follow-up to get it back that way. There we go.
That's
shake time.
Good.
Yeah, shake time and clears. So this isn't going quick on either side.
No, this might be good on Beefin's.
Yo.
There we go.
And this might
be the lead change.
Oh, wow.
But really not by much. Well then, this is basically Bowser's choice at this point. Separates maybe only like 7 seconds.
Bowser
so Beefin's opening attack.
This. Oh, that's a really good opening
Got like
attack.
6 lines already.
He's gonna go for the cheese, but Bowser had a clear setup right in that pillar, and he's gonna go off again.
Card's doing a short attack. Bowser gives up his chain just on the top.
Wow! The 18. And I think Beefin's about to get the crush kill.
Wow. That was exactly what Cards needed to try, and it worked. Do a short attack. Hope that the top of Bowser's stack does not have anything convenient, and he has to take care of 2 pillows on either side, and it all worked out so smoothly.
Yeah, Beefin getting a very solid 925, but Cards of the Heart squeaking past him with a 919. And we will go ahead and give Cards his first star.
1 star up, and a 925. Like that's you absolutely have to assume that you have a chance, and he definitely did. But not every time that you come in with a chance is it gonna roll your way, especially with Cards. A 919 is a very good non-reset time, but you got to know Cards is capable of doing even faster than that.
And the only reason it wasn't was because of just some luck in the later stages, having them clear and then chain into it, and that's kind of what you accept when you're going for all of these short attack strats. Like, this is when you're in the top 4, you can't just do like safe big chain overkill strats. Like, I've tried that, like doing almost flawlessly attacks every single stage, and times hover around the 9-minute range, but people gunning for like those exact riskier strats and can be consistent enough with that it pays off most of the time. That's when it can dip into like sub 830 more than once, and so you have to try and do the same thing, and it's tough.
Yeah, I'm sure Cards feels like he got a bit of a gift there, winning with the 919, which when you get to this point in the bracket, isn't going to win you a ton of matches, but both players struggling a little bit with RNG, struggling a little with those drop chains.
Yeah, I mean, any race where you have a 103 Kamek and you win, you gotta feel like you got a gift.
You can bet they're pushing each other to try and have to do some of the riskier things as well.
Well, and I mentioned, and we all kind of called out Cards at the beginning of that race was looking uncharacteristically, dropping, maybe a little sloppy for him.
No!
His play improved as that match went on.
Okay.
The RNG didn't, but his play did. So we'll see if he's able to keep that up.
Oh,
This is just a troll for both.
Beefin's got to really reload here. Oh my god, Lackett. What is this?
7 chain
Are you
Lackadoo.
kidding me? And he is...
I don't think I've seen that very often.
Beefin is absolutely flabbergasted there.
That does not happen a lot. These opponents do not intentionally go for chains, so that's a
rarity. Not at least until the later stages, yeah.
Stupid. If Beefin was having a good weekend before, he certainly is not right now.
Cards with a quick little 13 on Bumpty. Get out of there quick, move on.
Oh, and this is a...
Beefin, drop him. Drop him. Okay.
it's good.
16, we'll take that. He could have gotten squeezed out a little bit quicker there if he had dropped some of those combos, but I don't blame him for putting a few more lines of combo garbage up in the queue.
That's like
make
6
sure he was
lines,
covered.
and I don't think... Oh,
Oh, doggo combo.
It's gonna be a D-pillar, but Cards with a very strong follow-up.
send even more combos just in case that very thing happened. No trap of just looking at their stack without doing anything else. All of the extra combos just in case.
Okay, Poochie? This downstack can be fast enough? Okay, gets the 19. And Beefin is pretty lucky that Cards had his own pretty trolly Lakitu. Otherwise, he'd probably be a full stage behind at this point.
Yeah, Cards over there left himself with an 8 combo with nowhere to take
Oh.
that chain, and somehow made a chain out of it. Like, he went down to the bottom of the stack and made a chain continuation. Good thing, because he did not have enough without that. So that 16 could have been a lot longer, and he just clutched it out.
Okay, Lakitu does a... Wiggler does a... something. Not a down stack.
Beefin needs to drop this. You'd have time to get to the stars? No.
And that's something you'll hear us saying a lot if you're a little bit less familiar with this game. The combo garbage that you create, you see the Q that goes up against the opponent's side. The Q can't drop if you're still doing too much stuff. So a lot of this is not just output but timing. And you'll hear us saying that a lot, like, you gotta drop it. That's us saying, like, stop doing more stuff so that your attack can actually land and do damage. And the right timing, though. You know, you put it at the wrong timing and it's almost worthless sometimes.
Oh my God, Froggy!
The strat is called stop, drop, and roll over. Okay, really decent blarg from
Yeah,
Cards.
nice 13.
Halfway through in 3.5.
Beefin's little follow-up 8
pretty hot.
combo that he had there was definitely needed to make sure he got that when he did. He's within... we're about a 1-stage difference now. Not just the Lakitu differential here at this point. Some good stages from Cards, combined with Beefin struggling a little bit on a couple of these.
Yeah, I really had to work to keep that chain going, so couldn't really weave in anything else.
Oh, Fish is gonna self-crush here. Used up all his... Oh, no! One line...
Okay.
It's almost one line short for the slow raise.
Just in time for the crush.
Very, very spooky, but that last block just in time.
Tracking crush kills, by the way, which I've been doing for our gold bracket this year. Like, no one has had more almost crush kills than Cards. Like, he's got the most crush kills so far in the tournament, but
This
no
Raven's
one's
gonna down stack a lot.
no one's had more almosts than him either.
Big down stack. Beefin needs to send more, but that
mine is great, but it was kind of late.
Oh my
The
God.
8 was good. He took a long time setting that up, though.
Oh, okay! Punchfish, what are you doing? Just second tier galore in those horizontals.
See, if you're just a little bit later at sending in those follow-up combos, you give them just a little bit of an open window and they just barge right through it.
Oh, that is an incredible attack from Cards there.
Yeah, nice little stall. Had that 9 combo set up and ready to go, but waited to make sure that all of his garbage dropped before he sent it on over.
Oh, Beefin's gotta let this breathe.
19, very nice.
Raven's clearing that no matter what. Just gotta
Cards
get
is going into plant at about 5:45. That's he's booking, especially when you consider his Lakitu was pretty trolly too.
Ooh, another crush.
All right.
Go.
Nice Raven crush. Okay,
Yeah, this is... Ooh,
continuing the chain there.
Nice.
I mentioned Cards coming out the chute maybe a little bit slow, and he kind of did. This is him warming up.
Downside to the third row.
He's putting out a lot more garbage. Still get trolled, though.
Yeah, Beefin is at Koopa, and this is really his chance to make up some time, but he's gonna need to get some help from Piranha.
Second tier Piranha plant here. Okay.
I got kind of lost. Alrighty, that works.
It was like, what am I doing?
Okay.
You
didn't have time for that. And then another chain on Koopa. What are you doing?
The disjointed 6 combo chain.
But Hookbill drops his chain, so we're through that at least.
Yeah, and Beefin, unfortunately for him, running out of time to potentially catch up to Cards here.
Mm-hmm.
Kamek is going to need to troll a bit for him to make up some of this ground.
Cards couldn't really follow up the chain, so hoped the short attack would work. It didn't, so now I gotta send a whole bunch of extra.
He had 2 sets of follow-up that just took a long time to drop there. But this looks like a crush as long as he's got enough.
Wow.
Okay.
Not quite, but that'll do. 26, you'll take those no matter how you get them. And now Bowser with a full stage plus a couple seconds, maybe stage plus 5 lead here.
Go for the short attack again, just try for the sub 8. It's not a good race strat, but it's a good audience strat. Now he's going for a large attack. This Bowser's training a lot.
And Cards does typically screen watch, so he's almost certainly got an idea of where bfin's at. Mm-hmm. And he may be changing his strats accordingly. He may not. He may just be playing his game and hoping that Bowser doesn't troll him.
Oh, I mean, the intelligent thing to do is to send like their entire board.
That's another crush, though.
Was there a... No, it wasn't a crush because there was a second tier option there, but you still take them.
Yeah, no.
Sub 830 for sure. Gotta be happy with that.
Mm-hmm. This is what the top puzzle legends can pull off by going for all these short attacks all the time and having enough ammo later to ensure that even if they do get past one of them, they're not going to get past the next bit of it.
Yeah, the consistent follow-up, and Cards definitely, especially the later stages of that second round, showed he would do 3 waves of follow-up combos. Just it would keep coming to make sure that it stayed topped off. It doesn't work every single time, but it consistently works most of the time. And in a situation like this, combined with his speed and his board vision, that's how you end up with, a 919 win the first round and an 822 there in the second round. Very nice.
Yeah, Cards really putting it together there, and I think bfin's gonna have to step it up if he wants to avoid falling behind 3-0. And I think his play has just been a little bit frantic today. And like when you go for those like really complicated chain extensions, you kind of leave yourself open to more missed inputs and dropped chains.
Yeah, and it's interesting as I'm watching him, his cursor speed while he's doing his opening chains has been very good. But then once he's doing his follow-up, you see his cursor slow down. Like he's not able to maintain that speed on his follow-up, and it's hurt him a couple times. 959 though, keep it sub 10, you have a chance most of the time, so not too bad. He had a minute plus Kamek as well.
The countdown seconds of the stage do give you a little bit of time to say this is what I intend to go for, and so you can set those up. After that, you have to recalculate a little bit faster because you're probably raising the stack and you're just newly seeing what pops up, and you have to immediately say, okay, what do I need to send, and how can I send that as fast as possible given the configuration? Do I need just an 8 combo? Do I need to actually make more chains and stuff? So it's a lot of quick mental decisions.
And what's crazy is bfin is at that stage right now where he's got an obvious thing that he can work on, like his follow-up, the mental, screen read of your opponent, but also keeping up with your combos, that you can see that next step that he can take. And he's already 4th on the leaderboard. Like, the ceiling for bfin is just insane. We may be looking back in a couple years at this match as just a classic beginning of, kind of how Cards and FFR have been over the years. They seem to meet every other tournament. bfin and Cards may be one that we see in late matches over and over again.
I'd argue the entire top 10, 12 entrants can get sub 15 stages, and the records are just a matter of who did the most attempts to get as many of them as possible in one run.
This is a big attack from Cards.
Row 2 Lakidu, by the way.
Oh, and he's gonna clear.
Don't do it.
Ooh.
Sheesh.
Advantage beef and due to some
What?
AI RNG.
Oh,
Excuse
no.
me!
And he's got
And
more.
more AI RNG.
Stop! Who do you think you are?
He had 1 week of stop time and still couldn't get to that second tier.
God.
Lakidu, you did only a 4-chain on cards? That's not correct recompense.
Yeah, you really
Lakitu on both runners today, just like, no, this is my game. Get out of here, all of you.
Get your head out of the clouds and just do what you're supposed to.
Nice little drop T8. I love those that pattern when you're able to find those from Card's side.
Bumpty wasn't trying for that, it just fell into place nicely, but still a 17.
Beefin's got a. That's still
It's all
not
singles.
enough.
Not topped.
No!
And Beefin, you can't stop and watch Beefin. You gotta keep, he's freezing up a little bit. I wonder if the nerves are getting to him.
I think that particular one, he had follow-up on the way. It just, he didn't pause enough to make sure that it fell. And that's the trap that you'll run into sometimes. You're trying to make so much combo follow-up that you don't let it fall and you leave yourself vulnerable to that. So I don't think that was a stop and watch issue. I think that was he just didn't let it fall issue.
Okay. That's
He's
really
done
good,
that,
Poochie.
he's done that a little bit, though. Oh, yeah.
Even gets like the perfect quick kill and cards that deal with a row 3 doggo that cleared on the board once, and hey, this is a game.
A little bit of trolling, and bam, we're right back at even.
With nice 8 combo.
Nice catch for the 6.
And
Intentional cutoff because he sees Wiggler's stack. There's a clear, there should not be any others.
Okay, be careful. Your stack's pretty high, Beefin. Oh.
Your stack's very high, Beefin. Oh. 16 on both sides, keeping it even.
And feel my scalp increasing in temperature every time player is topped off like that, but...
Oh, it's a year off of my life every time. It's a miracle I'm still alive.
Kind of like our puzzle equivalent of don't open that door in a horror movie.
Quick-ish kill on Frog from cards.
See, the difference though is in the horror movie you know that they're gonna die. In this one, you know that most of the time runners that do that aren't. It's just oh.
That's a 1 clear difference on the Frog stage, basically.
Ooh, nice 8 combo there.
Cards didn't quite get to what he wanted to, but he's following up here pretty quick, rebuilding his attack. Okay.
Go for
I don't
more
think that's
combos
quite what
because
he was
Blarg
going
cleared
for,
that
but
garbage
sure.
once.
I don't know if Beefin has sent enough here. He's got to get a follow-up. That follow-up's coming pretty fast.
Cards Blarg just never had a clear on top, so...
Yeah, that
down
downstick was dangerous. He just didn't have enough time to make that into something. 20 to 25, Beefin closes a little bit of that gap that had opened there on Froggy. And here we go into Lunchfish within about 7 seconds of each other.
Cards finding a 5, into another 5, into a 6. That's a high fish that's not clear immediately.
Wow! Oh, and Cards just laughing at it. You take those. The 10, a high Lunchfish is rare, and then to get that set up, that was awesome.
That was going to be
being high and then being out of position to just not clear anything.
Oh my god. Lunchfish.
And meanwhile, that...
No! Stop! What is happening?
This should be good with the combos.
Cards with some good follow here on this Raven, but Raven trying to just clear and troll as much as possible.
What? What?
Got the low clear, got the second tier.
Somehow. Comboing.
Oh!
The frame perfect.
And
Raven with a 4 combo, but 1 frame too late. I'd love to see those with with the blocks all lined up. Like, I should be cleared, but guess what? Game decided it was over anyway.
Okay,
Beefin doesn't...
Beefin!
Trying to find the ammo to top off this bottom row.
Drop it! Drop it
right
now! Okay, there we go. Woo.
That's a proper conch kill. Oh, Cards dropping that chain. Gonna reload here.
Okay, nice little 8. But we got a little bit of chaining over here from Hookbill. Okay, we got some messed up chaining from Hookbill, or hook chain attempt, I guess. Hookbill's trying to chain more and just isn't making it to some of these.
Third row, and
yeah,
horizontal. Doesn't have that much ammo. In fact, how does he get the ammo when he only has half his board available? Oh, that's a pretty good weaved in.
What are you doing? Okay,
oh,
I think this will be good on Beefin's side.
Okay, couple 9s from Cards, but it's still going, and Beefin. Then there's the lead change.
Cave, more often than not, is the decider.
Cards was forced to send short attacks because that's all you can do when you only have half your board available.
Oh my god!
So he's trying it again, and it's not working again.
Goodness!
Oh, Beefin going all the way to the top. Oh no! Okay, that's okay.
That's a costly mistake there. We'll see if Cards can take advantage.
First he has to get out of Hookbill jail.
Hookbill just still will not let up.
Oh my god.
We're in steel block territory now. See ya.
Steel block. Yeah, Beefin went all the way to the top and dropped his chain, and that just left him in a really bad position. I mean, luckily it happened right at the beginning of the stage.
Yeah, 6 seconds in. I mean, that could feel really bad if you're, a minute in, but...
And he gets the 16.
Okay, yeah. You take those. He definitely lost some of his lead, but is still, able to get that 16 out of there. Mm-hmm. Have a good chance to be ahead. Cards is at the top. Living at the top. Cards!
Don't give my co-commentator a heart attack. I need him.
Okay, Cards does make up time.
The TA 2023 tournament was the death of Tetris Attacker.
No.
Beef and Kamek just barely getting to...
Kamek? What? Kamek?
A clear.
I hate Kamek's
extra stop time because of the 4 chain.
Much.
Might not have time to downstack that, because that's all no shake time. So, alright. Beef and advantage going into Bowser. By how much?
Yeah, let's see how this Kamek shakes loose.
No, he messed up the chain.
Oh, 14. Kamek had some real dangerous stuff set up there and just messed it up, as the AI does. The Bowser advantage for Beefin here is maybe 15 seconds, but when it comes to Bowser, that's not a whole lot.
That's a really solid attack.
It's a good,
chain,
8-line attack.
On the left is real dangerous.
Because of shake time.
Okay,
you gotta raise and send a lot more ammo.
Send way more. Beefin, send way more.
Okay, this might...
Okay, we can chain off of this while Bowser might or might not clear this.
Okay, he had
he might not clear it, and he doesn't.
Cool.
There we go.
There it is.
Cards caught Bowser on a stack raise, but Bowser happened to have a ready-made response just sitting there. Almost got a quick cheese there on Bowser to take the win, but didn't quite get it. Beefin able to close it out.
Yeah, so Beefin...
And there we are in the mid to late 9s again for Beefin, being very consistent there. Got to give himself a chance to win, and he's doing that. 943 for Cards.
The Beefin pulling out that one with a 916. So
very nice.
We'll give Beefin his first star, avoiding the sweep.
Beefin telling Cards, go put that broom away. No sweep today. Let's go.
But
We're guaranteed game 5 at least.
Now the key here is going to be to avoid the gentleman's sweep.
And there was already 2 wins. No gentleman's sweep on the board here. For those unaware, Tayman and I unfortunately make far too many sports ball references, and the gentleman's sweep in a 7-game series is when you have someone goes up 1-0 and then loses the next 4 games. So that's the gentleman's sweep.
See, I thought the gentleman's sweep was just winning 4-1.
No. It's you let them take game 1 and then you sweep them from there is the proper gentleman's sweep.
Okay. See, I'm not as well versed in the NBA lore, but I'm pretty sure that came from Golden State.
I don't know where it originated. It's been used quite a few times. My sons did it on the Lakers once, which of course is the one I remember the best, but I don't think that was the origin of it.
Well, we all know that's what everyone came here for, to get educated in the sports lore. I hope Unicorn is watching as part of her education.
She might not be, but I'll make sure she watches the VOD later.
There's no escaping.
And one of our audience here, Galloping Conch, in the live Twitch chat, reminding us to point out just how crazy that 9:16 was. Beefin pulled out a win, a 9:16, his best time so far, with a death. Just, that's, upping the difficulty level and nailed it. So that was just, he's bringing up his game.
It was basically the equivalent of like a 40-something second plant, which isn't that uncommon, so we take those. Yeah. Anyway, new game, new opportunities.
Oh, and this Lakitu, that attack is solid.
But this Lakitu didn't want to go down quick.
Oh my gosh,
both of them are low. Cards just sent more to take care of the
Lakitu. Okay, I thought the downstack might have if Lakitu had downstacked slightly different, that might have gone straight into the into a chain or at least a match and bought more time. Okay, Card's going all the way up to the top to grab that extra piece to carry on the chain, and then the next piece of the chain, his timing was just off.
Wow.
And all the better for it, actually.
Basically perfecto.
Ethan's got to reload here.
Has to do some maneuvering, but sent enough.
Beefin's real committed to taking the extra time to maneuver into those 8 combos. A lot of the time I wonder if he'd be better served finding a 5 and then another one somewhere else, but he's chosen to make sure that he gets to those 8s, even if it takes the extra time. And once again, Cards trying to murder me through the screen.
I think if you do a 5 immediately followed by a 4, it's the equivalent of what you'd get with an 8.
It is.
And sometimes that's a lot more available in fewer matches.
Oh, that clear was right there for Poochie, but did not downstack it right. And Beefin is staying within striking distance despite these godly stages that Cards has gotten so far.
And for the early part of a lot of these races, that's the name of the game. Nice little
combo.
Disjointed 10. Love to see that.
Into another 8.
But this is okay.
Wow.
No,
so good.
Can't get rid of the left pillar.
Beefin not sure how to.
Swig is going down to row 3.
It's going to be real. You're going to be real hard to have someone
there.
have enough ammo on that. Yeah.
Had to use the entire board.
What are you, Wiggler? What are we doing? Oh, and it's a little short.
Oh no!
Oh, wrecked its own chain. Okay, that Wiggler's going to keep going.
Meanwhile, to clear literally every panel to
Cards
stall.
9 combo. He was short on his Froggy here.
Oh, not quite the crush.
Got his follow-up going here. That Frog getting some combos here. I don't see.
Clear, but not here.
Okay. 28, not fantastic, but still pretty darn good. If he hadn't had nearly as much combo follow-up as he did, that might have gotten real ugly.
Okay, not the way
Beefin-
people wanted to start that attack, but a very nice way to finish it.
Yeah, beautiful weave in on a setup that wasn't what he was aiming for. Those are really hard to keep
This
keep
frog
up
might
in
go
the
to
way
row
he did.
2. Drop one more combo.
Froggy.
Horizontal 6.
Oh
no! What are you doing? Excuse me.
Oh no.
There's another horizontal there.
He might not have time depending on what's above.
He's gonna get to the set.
Oh my
okay.
god. What are you doing, game? There are 4 different colors that can be generated in one row, but the game was like, you know what, 2's fine.
Oh, Blarg hesitated, and Cards gets out of there. That could have been worse. Even still, there's a chance to make up time. Using
Nice
a good
little
9
combo. Followed with another 9.
Ooh!
That Blarg stalls as well.
Nice.
Yeah, cards readjusting to get those reds into position and setting him up for the more obvious chain extension.
He sees this really low fish and
Yeah, he
trying to set enough lines on the back end to get.
Look at
Cards.
God, this freaking fish, man.
Man, Cards is taking every available frame when he's all the way topped off. Like, come on. I mean, I wonder if Cards one day said, I watched the AI do this all day long. Like, be topped off and used all the time. There's a crush.
Get crushed.
He knows his timing windows.
Yeah, he doesn't just know most of his timing windows. He knows his timing windows clearly. Like, down to the frame, it feels like. Because there's been multiple of those timing windows where I'm sure that he's dead and he's not somehow.
Yo, that was
nice.
Very convenient Raven having no clear on the top.
Well, Wiggler went to set up the 5 combo. And,
yeah, you'll see that from especially some of the mid to late, kind of blarg through hook bill or so. They're not satisfied with combos. They'll take the time to set up a 5 and die that way sometimes.
Mm-hmm. We love those greedy AIs, and that is those are some pillars on Cards' Koopa.
Oh, Hookbill made it all the way over there for that chain extension, and then almost killed himself, but found a way not to.
There was nothing he could have done about that. Sent all of the needed things to top him off each time.
Okay. Beefin cutting his chain intentionally. Does he have enough for that to pay off, though?
He's got to drop.
I think there's enough. There is a clear, but he will remain topped off.
Hopefully nothing on second tier here.
Okay, turned that into a
X3
chain
time.
What is stop time? Excuse me?
Yeah, in that case, what is shake time? Like, because he had a lot of it.
What's the one downside?
Okay.
Going out to X5 or larger.
Yeah, high piranha. Cards doing a quick attack to try and take advantage.
What?
Ooh.
Oh no. Wait. If there's no chains, this stage should end. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that was almost completely out of health. Those are kind of nice, but at the same time kind of infuriating to know that you were basically a frame away from winning before all that garbage, had to clear. So,
I mean, if there was a chain, that could have gone on for 45 more seconds. So
exactly,
we take those still.
Any V-hard cave stage that you can walk away from in under a minute sometimes is all you can really hope for with the way some of this AI trolling can really just mess anybody up any given stage, any given day.
Oh, wow.
17, though.
Great Kamek.
There we go. And Beefin's plant trying to go second tier just wasn't able to get all the way up there. Again, we're going into Bowser about a stage differential here. Same as we had in race 2. We'll see if we have the same result here or what, but Cards a little bit behind that race 2 pace, but still certainly in range for, a low 8 if things go well.
Oh, this is just 5 lines. That's all Bowser needs right now, but we're probably gonna need more. Yeah, he's gonna chain a lot.
Yeah, I think Cards was trying to go for a little bit of, maybe not a full cheese, maybe a half cheese there.
And Beefin is short on Kamek. Kamek has sent a big attack and is down stacking a lot, and he could be in trouble here.
Yeah, he's not fully pinned, and he's got some stuff to work with, but yeah, he needs some space here.
The card raise is stack enough to get at least some amount of combos to keep Bowser topped off after this lands. How much time is he gonna have? Enough to do that.
Kamek getting the second tier. That's a lot of garbage clearing, but nothing falling into place.
There we go. 58 Bowser finish. Not how he wanted it to finish, but at the same time, you absolutely take that. And a pretty good finishing time there. 8:58. Sub 9 will always give you a chance in one of these no reset scenarios. Meanwhile, Beefin has gotten to the point of the silver shock blocks there on this Kamek. Kamek's got a chain and is going to go second tier. There it is. That cursed Magic Koopa. Just hocus pocus jail right now.
It'd be that way sometimes.
That's enough, Koopa.
148 escaped. All right, knowing that it's done, knowing that card's finished. I mean, I've used this in the past, and I know other runners do something similar. Just kind of use this as a practice Bowser, knowing next round you're gonna hopefully put yourself in a better position. Nice lag chain. Cut quick. But Bowser had a thing there, and he's gonna chain a bit. Not too much.
Clear right there in the pillars. And just literally right on top of his cursor, there's a clear on second tier. Oh my god, just been that sort of game for Beefin.
The invisible extra line on top of the screen that the AI just casually uses.
It's unbelievable. Alright, Bowser, that's enough. You're done. You're done. You're done.
Bowser, you can die now, sir.
Yeah, Tayman would have rage quit that a while ago. Come on. As we've mentioned, Beefin will show a little bit of salt, but he's not a salt miner as we have in many of our community here. He just rolls off with it and moves on, and we'll see how game 5 is going to go for him here as we get a third start of cards.
You don't give the data sheets the satisfaction of having a complete set of data.
Alright, so let's give Cards his third Pokeball here. As we go ahead and get our runners set up for game 5.
Man, the Tetris Tech tournament isn't even over yet, and Tayman's over here thinking about the PPL tournament in the fall, saying Pokeball.
A good catch.
Catch them all.
Can't we pretend like airplanes in the night sky are like shooting Pokeballs?
I could really use a Hocus Pocus right now. Trying to tie it back into the game somehow, and I'm missing. I got nothing.
I could really use an 8-second Bowser right now.
There's no genie characters in here, so I'm not sure where to go. But yeah, couldn't we all use an sub 10 Bowser just about any time? All right. Runners getting ready. Here we go. Game 5. Beefin on the brink of elimination. Game 4 was not a good one for him. Let's see how he bounces back. Game 3 was his best showing so far, so see if he has it in him to put up another one of those, and hopefully Cards isn't able to match, and bfin can continue and extend this race.
This is
For
definitely
Cards'
an
side.
uphill battle. Yeah.
Yeah, for Cards' side, if he puts up another sub 9, bfin hasn't shown yet that he's going to be able to match that. And Cards already has 2 of those out of 4, so if Cards gets good RNG and good execution, he's got it. If he doesn't, bfin's got to put himself in a position to take it and extend. All of that's definitely within the margin of the randomness and trolling that this game will throw at him, so anything is possible.
Lackadoo 9 chain, let's go.
Hey, you put enough Tetris Stack players on enough streams over enough time, and eventually they will write the perfect mystery chain Lakitu, okay? No one needs typewriters in Shakespeare. We need that kind of crazy.
Will the mystery be as compelling as Sherlock Holmes, though?
We'll have to see.
All right, we're counting down right now as I accidentally
There
joined
we
the
go.
race room and held up our runners. I was like, why are they not starting?
Tay wanted in on the action. Tay wanted in on the action so bad.
Suddenly,
Put-
out of
somebody-
nowhere.
Yeah.
Someone put it from the top rope. Here comes Tay Man. Yeah.
You know, like a Major League umpire, I needed to insert myself into the action, even though no one asked for it.
The secret 3-player layout will be revealed right now.
Yeah, Tay-Man, like any good NBA fan, knows that no one comes to see the players. They're here to see the refs. I personally am a big referee fan. Oh, like we've said, the game is the real winner whenever we play here. 24-23 on those Lakitus, both getting medium trolled, and let's go.
Minor annoyances, but nothing bad so far.
I see. Oh, I noticed a 5 combo there, but Cards did his own thing, and I think that's just another cool thing about watching top runners play, or just like any runner play, is that you see all sorts of different starting setups.
bfin had the better attack that stage, and that's
Absolutely.
the difference.
I'll tell you, Tay, to that point, what I actually do when I do my my PB grinds is I'll actually watch a little bit of Cards and some FFR and some Yoshi, and maybe I'll go watch Siuga's runs over on Peneldopon, and then I'll play. I feel like I see stuff better after watching them see stuff, because they're way better at seeing it than I am.
You know, the way that you rattled off those names, it made me think of like some literature professors like rattling off classic authors.
Have you read the tales? Have you studied the Cards of the Hearts? Like all of them puzzle literary classics.
all their different styles and you know, their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, Professor TA was at the front of the classroom, you know, in a tweed jacket with patches on the elbows, just you know, rattling on about all of these puzzle geniuses.
Laying out the curriculum, you know, week 1 we're gonna start with the classics like Cards of the Heart, and then move on to the advanced, you know, modern masters like Foxy.
And then the foreign masters. Here's some Siuga. Yeah.
Here's some Yoshi.
Exactly. Oh, some great work coming out of Brazil the last century.
Oh,
15 over here from Beefin.
Wow.
Nice send over here from Cards.
Beefin's been getting some nice quick kills with some AI cooperation.
Oh, Cards got lucky that Froggy did not have time to airwalk that. Would have resulted in another clear.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Beefin
the
was locked into having to do the cool thing to keep that alive, and he did.
Yeah, doing the swag is awesome. Having to do the swag because you left yourself no other option kind of hurts sometimes, but he nailed it.
And actually kind of rewarded. Cards going with the short attacks again. Is anything going to fall into place?
Probably
Nope.
not. No.
Okay.
20 on both sides. No ground lost or gained there. Beefin would absolutely love to take it away with some of these stages and build himself up enough of a buffer to be able to withstand what the cave's going to throw at them, because that's pretty much inevitable. Beefin took way too long to set up that 8. By the time he dropped it, it didn't matter. Once again, he's committed to putting those together, but he just needs to be able to get them out quicker. 24,
Wow.
and meanwhile, Cards!
High fish versus low fish difference, basically. So, going into Raven, both players are on a great word that rhymes with face.
But you won't say it.
Not in this space. I think both players need more because these Ravens are going to go low. Trying to scramble for the extra attacks as fast as possible. Cards might be there, and he is. Beefin might be there after this drop. One more.
Oh, come on. Drop it now. Drop it now. No! Okay.
Oh,
Raven
wow.
didn't have time, thank goodness.
Not punished.
Oh, man. Very nearly punished. Going into the cave about 7 or 8 seconds apart. Kind of around the pace that they've been a few times.
Couple attempts for Cards to start the attack there, but is now... Oh, only trying for that many lines, possibly because he saw the state of Hookbill stack, but now trying for a bigger attack.
Yeah, big secondary attack there. Got a lot of lines put together
Beefin
real
gets the
quick.
one.
Ooh!
God, he really needed that after some of the luck he's been having this match.
And this hook bill is just not giving it up.
Uh-oh.
Holy cow.
How much extra garbage does Cards have up there? Okay, it's enough. That was scary. So if this doesn't chain, then we should be over.
You know, something else I noticed about Beefin is that...
Bill just gonna troll for a couple extra seconds there.
That's not a good stack for Plant!
Wow!
And another quick kill!
Wow! Opening up a pretty sizable lead here going into Kamek. Let's see if he can keep up. That was 2 great cave stages for Beefin. His aggressive opens paying off on those.
Cards with a really quick weave to get like 9 lines and hoping this Plant's going to be as cooperative as it was for Beefin. Pillows on each side.
The weave was very nice there. The pillars.
About as good.
Okay.
Whoa!
Holy
14 for Beefin.
And yet the Kamek just no stop time whatsoever, and
God, Beefin...
Let's go. 1 stage difference going into Bowser. Let's do this.
God, Beefin getting like what? Like those are all sub 15?
Yeah, that's 3 sub 15s in a row on the cave stages.
going for the short attack again.
Okay.
Bowser cutting it off with the 4-chain. Okay, that match in the middle.
Hey, you got it.
Clear there.
Be careful,
He's
Beefin.
not matching anything else. There is no shake time.
Woo!
The 20!
Wow!
How close was that to his PB?
Well,
His PB is like a 715. He was probably what, 720X? It's low 720s?
Yeah, Beefin finishing shortly behind his PB with a 7:25 on the race time.
Wow. Dropping a casual PB plus 10 seconds to keep it alive.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's the mark of a top 4 player if I've ever seen one.
There we go. Back up against the wall. Yeah, let's just drop a sub 730.
How
Those
many
cave
caves have you ever
stages.
had where all 4 of the last stages were 20 seconds at the most?
I don't think I have ever had that.
Bowser.
My PB doesn't have that.
Yeah, Beefin saying it in chat. That's his second best time, and what a time to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're probably second ever sub 730, maybe third ever if he's just not remembering one. Like, wow.
I think I have not gotten that kind of time ever, so yeah, that was a good merger of skill and luck.
Yeah, 725, if I'm not mistaken, would be what, fifth on the leaderboard? Let me check here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give Beefin his second Pokeball while DA is checking that really quick. Second star inside of a Pokeball.
The star-shaped Pokeball.
Yeah, those are all Pokeballs. Everything is just differently shaped Pokeballs if you think about it.
Okay, 725 would be eighth on the leaderboard. Wow, we have a lot more sub 730s than I thought.
I think everyone just needs to calm down.
Oh,
Alright, well I should probably stop gawking at that time and actually set up the next race room.
Yeah, that is a thing, because we need to play some more. Even just do that again.
Yeah, just do that two more times in a row. Yeah. Meanwhile, by the way, Cards with a casual, like, 842, just the second best time he's done, and happened to lose that one. Really nice pace, and his play was good throughout that whole race, but wow, Beefin just made it not matter.
Both of them had, like, a 5-minute cave entry, which is not common, and... yeah, cave cooperation difference. Both players' attacks were what they should have been, just... yeah, one side, the opponents took a stand, and the other side, they just gave up. So, I don't think you really changed much in your play. Either player. It's gotta... not drop your chains, and then hope for cooperation.
Yeah, I mean, Beefin showing that at least right now today he's got the faster ceiling, but he's also shown that you know, he doesn't have as much consistency. I mean, look at Cards' times. The clustering of his times there all within essentially, you know, a minute and a half. Meanwhile, Beefin's is a big old 4-minute window.
I mean, that's what happens when you go for all the high-risk strats and one run, they all work.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes players accidentally go for the high-risk straps by dropping their chain.
That's part of the beauty of this game, is you can you can play poorly and be rewarded for it by accidentally doing something more optimal than what you were aiming for.
like Beefit almost did there with that bumpy.
Yeah, not quite though, and he's gonna get a little bit punished here because this is going a while, and he has still not topped Bumpty off.
Going for single lines to finish him, now he's out of position. Okay, small deficit, but definitely a bounce-backable one.
Oh, for sure. And that could have been a lot worse, considering that that was a 28-second Bumpty, and Bumpty probably spent 26 seconds of that match untopped.
Poochie going for that clear right as Card sent his attack.
Barely any stop time left. Okay, good-ish, doggo.
Beefin gonna cut
Nice
that
beef and
off.
weave. Fuchi does not really have any matches, so another good doggo.
All right, keeping it in striking distance, keeping a decent pace.
Cards looking for the...
Okay, Cards didn't
setup.
like the setup. Thought for a second, looked, readjusted, got a setup that he likes better.
Oh, and look at those pillars on Wiggler's side.
Clears
but-
one of them,
Oh, but
clears the other. Is there enough
de-pillaring.
combos on top? It's gonna drop
at the-
now. No!
Look at those pillars on Cards. He was keeping it too high again. Ugh.
Okay. Beefins was having trouble finding the chain here, so...
Oh,
Oh, it's
Beefin...
taking a long time to top off this Wiggler.
That was a very interesting 8 combo, all just mushed together there. Kind of like that.
Very rare to
all
get
the
an 8
same
combo
color.
of all one color. That's an achievement, I guess.
Sheesh.
Okay, we're out.
That's not good for Beefin.
All right. He's got to lock in and you know, go through these middle stages here. He's through the front 4, had some struggles. He's got to start locking it down. 16 over here from Cards. Putting together a good time. Right around 3 minutes as you're leaving Froggy.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's
nice,
healthy.
Nice bounce back there. Okay,
And let it drop.
Froggy.
Let it drop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. A little bit of weird stalling, but...
Ooh, nice.
We're out.
Nice lag chain over there from Cards. Not a lot of combos weaved in. Wasn't enough to top off, but he's got a good follow-up.
They're going to drop right after this, and Blarg may not get to that pillar, and he doesn't.
And again, his opening wasn't as clean as he wanted. It definitely wasn't what he was aiming for, but his follow was so consistent that another
kill.
quick stage. And
All
then
right.
the 12 quick kill. Make up some time.
Beefin does not want to be finished in this tournament.
Oh,
take us all
he's
the
been
way.
holding on to that all week.
Hold on. I need to look up how to mute someone on Discord.
This is dangerous from Cards. Look how low this fish is.
That is a really low fish.
Fish, what
Cards did
Fish,
not send
What are
enough.
you doing?
No, still needs 2 more lines.
So does Beefin, and Lungefish has the clear all set up. So this might be good here.
That's good enough,
Oh,
and that's good enough
wow.
on Card side. And now
Okay.
we're basically tied again.
Sheesh. And they're set up for another roughly 5-15 cave.
I
I don't know
demand
how these
drama.
Ravens go.
Yes, we all demand drama here at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners. Oh, and
Okay,
that's Raven raised. This is a good follow-up, but the purples are right there for Raven.
They're both low. Dropping a beef inside now. He's getting to the left. He does not have any.
Ooh. Oh,
On
and the
Card's
chain
side.
on Cards' side.
There's a chain
it
that buys
gives
time
enough
for a
stop
clear.
time.
Clearing.
Ooh,
Nothing
wow.
on top there, so gets away with a 33, maybe like 12-15 seconds behind. It's time for the cave to cave.
Cave gonna cave. Oh no,
I don't know if that was intentional or not.
it was not.
It might have worked. Ah,
That was
Not the clear.
definitely a color conflict he accidentally stumbled
Oh,
into
this
there.
might be good here,
this
though.
might be over here. Yeah.
Ooh, alright. 21,
Cards-
not bad, but
Now,
Cards' hook bill, not quite topped off, a little low.
He had him topped, and then Hookbill dropped another 3 lines down.
ooh, that was an interesting thing to go for, but he didn't get it in time, so still keeping it pretty close.
We've been navigating those color conflicts pretty well. Goes, maybe
I
one...
think it's a good time to cut it off and just go for combos from then out.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow!
Oh, great
Buck is quick
timing.
killed.
Things are getting spicy.
Can Cards even match that time at all? Not if Plant is going to go off on chains at the bottom.
Plant chains.
Oh, there's a chain
Plant
right there.
still
Plant,
chaining.
Plant, stop wasting our time.
Oh, okay. Plant could have gotten to that purple, but did that little thing that the AI sometimes does where they hiccup when they're changing priorities, especially from down stacking. Cards getting out of there.
That beefing attack on Kamek is really short, and Kamek is
you gotta,
going off.
You gotta raise your stack!
You're not going to have enough Garbers to top him off if he clears this.
This might... Let's see.
I don't see an auto chain.
Okay.
Oh,
that'll do.
Okay.
That was very critical for us to
okay, cards with a strong follow here on a short attack. He needs probably even more follow, but he did an 8, another 8. That's gonna drop.
Combos. There's no shake time. There's no clears immediately.
That's not gonna be enough, but he's probably
some random clears.
He's probably gonna cock.
This
is gonna be a yeah. Essentially a crushed self there.
But that stall means Beefin is starting the attack on Bowser.
Oh, this
Again,
Bowser
that's a little short,
didn't
and
get to
this
the chain.
This one is going to be feasible.
You gotta raise your stack. I don't know. Oh no,
it's
he can't raise his stack. He was over the top.
No, I meant like when he down stacked. He needs.
Okay.
Luckily. Okay, this.
Left and right pillars.
Pillars.
Oh wow! Let's go. Even pop it off. Oh,
and with another great time.
Jeez, and you know that looked scary there for a moment because Bowser looked like he might get to the second tier. That stop time being illegal as it usually is, but
wow.
And a little bit of an extended pop off there from Beefin and deserved. Like wow.
Cards.
I mean, yeah,
Let's say Cards is giving Beefin some kudos in the race chat, saying way to kill it. Beefin finishing.
Cards dropping a.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go. Give me those times. I want to see them.
Cards finished with a 835 to Beefin's 810.
Oh man, an 835. If you had told me that Cards would drop an 835 and it wouldn't even really be close, like wow. And Beefin forcing the rubber match here. Taking it all the way to Game 7.
Let's give Beefin his third star ball.
Through the need for food and sustenance, this is going all the way, and I am here for it. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Cards over here just trying to justify the move to a single elimination tournament. We have less total matches, so we just have to cram more entertainment and chaos into the smaller number, and it's working.
And the deciding game is actually played in easy to V hard.
X5? Yeah.
And Card is gonna do his best not to become a sports meme by blowing a 3-1 lead.
And I mean, look at games 5 and game 6.
That's not really blowing it if like you just magically align everything in the cave twice in a row.
He put up an 842 and an 835, and neither match was really close. Like, he put up his second and third best time in those closeout races, and didn't win either of them. Like, Cards doesn't feel like Cards is blowing it. It feels like Beefin's just taking it away. And here we are in a game 7 where it's now no longer advantage Cards. It's just who's gonna get it and who's gonna, get trolled the worst.
We are counting down for this decisive Game 7 rubber match. The Battle of the Baconators reaches its limits. Who will get an extra $7+ to upgrade their combo meal? Let's find out.
And away we go. The pressure's on, But at this point, they're so deep in the pressure, I wonder if they're even feeling it. Like, Beefin, no matter what happens here, he just did some crazy stuff to bring it back.
Row two,
Cards, no matter
Lackadoo.
what happens, he's put up some fantastic times. Like, I don't know, at a certain point, like, you get so far underwater, you just stop feeling how far you are. I wonder if they're at that point where the pressure's just rolling off them and they're just gonna play, and we'll just see some awesome play. I mean, that Lakitu start is a good omen.
Well, that's like one of the good things about this game that could help with that pressure is that like it's so you're wow. I was just saying how this game is so go go go. You're always doing something that you don't really have time to lose yourself to the pressure.
You technically have time to beat yourself up between stages, but that's not very healthy.
I would not recommend.
I mean, it gets really bad when you're beating yourself up mid-stage, when you should be using that mental capacity for racing.
Oh,
Bad doggo.
we got a low doggo on both
Hey,
sides.
Doggo, what do you think you're? Excuse me.
Yeah, Beefin's not sent nearly enough.
Kind of used up the entire board and had to raise
Right.
the stack to get enough extra ammo.
Okay, got out of there with the 33. That damage could have been a lot worse.
God, I don't know who I'm rooting for now that we've gotten maximum drama. I guess it just needs to come down to Bowser, like within a second of each other.
Yeah, no, I'm rooting for Game 8. Let's go.
let's get a tie down to the second.
A down to the second tie for this, and then go to Game 8. That's what I'm here for.
Beefin going the extra distance to get that 5 combo, but he's gotta send this. There's gonna be a chain there.
Uh-oh. Okay, this should be fine.
Okay, Cards
They pop
navigating
on the
some
bottom.
of those color conflicts there. Nice lag
Oh,
chaining.
no. Not
That's
good.
an annoying Wiggler stall.
And this is a really low frog with an insta clear. This could okay, this should finish pretty quick as long as there's not a second tier chain. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Cards sitting on almost a stage lead. That wasn't a fantastic open from Beef in there either.
Oh, careful! Careful! Froggy is just getting handed more combos than a vendor at a combo convention.
Man, the Wendy's reference was right there, Tay, man. You didn't take it? Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, handed more combos than League of Puzzle Speedrunners when we finally get our Wendy's sponsorship.
So many opponents this particular race have just gone really low, and Cards is better with responding to that when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like Beefin puts himself in a better position to take advantage of high stacks. Though it's not like Cards is a slouch at that either. But then when it's low stacks, it definitely feels like it's hurting Beefin a lot more. His combo follow-up just is not as clean and precise and consistent as Cards' is, and it shows at times.
Oh,
Ooh,
that last
horizontal.
combo, not quite in time.
Oh, and this fish is gonna chain.
That probably buys time for that clear.
Well, there's not going to be room time for anything else.
Yeah, not another one there.
God,
Just burn 10 seconds, that's all.
And, you know,
Okay,
like,
but that's the little bit of the stalling we need to make this as exciting as possible.
okay,
Couldn't continue to chain
Beefin
there.
drop chain there.
With that fish
Oh, and-
clear, it's going to need another attack at least. Watch your head. Okay.
and Lunchfish just going down. Lunchfish, you don't always need to go down to the third line, all right? Like, I'm just saying.
Lunchfish chain over there on Beefin's side, and second tier. He's got the time because of the chain with the stop time.
Barb's able
Ooh.
to do a pretty short attack on Raven to
You don't have time for that.
get to
All
cave
right.
in about 5:15.
Yep, Cards keeping up that pace and once again showing that consistency is he's had for so long. He's been consistent with his consistency, and here it is on display.
God, Beefin
I'm
is-
consistent some of the time. Card starts with a 10 combo. Okay, going with a pretty healthy attack because Hook Bill started a chain. Puller on the right side. Is he gonna get to that clear in time? He can't.
He's
That's
not.
a quick kill.
Yeah.
What is Raven doing? Did Raven, like, set up that chain? That's not allowed. You did not have time to get over there? Okay. Okay, this is not good for Beefin. The chain off of the garbage clear. Card is...
Auto-chaining.
Card is zipping along.
Flood right there. But
Okay.
that's not what Beefin needs right now.
Yeah, like a 6:15 cave entrance is not what Beefin needed.
Plant. Okay, starting a chain, so probably going to be able to deal with the pillars, but for how long? I mean, there's some shake time. There's not a lot of panels left on Plant's side.
Ooh.
Plant trying to chain
Okay.
and just did not have the cursor speed to go get to it.
Even getting the necessary attack, kind of have to gamble with those short attacks. You know where you are right now, or even if you feel behind it all.
Hey,
And he definitely feels behind after some of those other stages how they've gone for him.
how? Okay,
Oh no! It
sure.
would have worked if there was another line. No.
The eternal one more line.
Okay, Koopa, holy cow! You don't have time for all this.
Okay, Hook Bill down.
Some hocus pocus on the side, getting up to the 7th, 8th chain. Maybe
Gonna
seeing
go
the
9.
9th.
Tried for 9, didn't get there.
Okay, so now
Wow.
there are enough combos.
How did
There are.
Kamek
Kamek
have
made
time
it.
for that?
Clear though.
All right. Well, there's nothing else coming here.
Yeah, those greens might be quick enough for Kamek to get to. Nope, Kamek had no time.
Beefin in pretty good position to quick kill Plant,
There we
but
go.
Cards is now facing Bowser.
A full stage lead, and actually Beefin cut it down to a full stage lead.
Mm-hmm.
But this Bowser's really just gonna decide it.
Okay, 5 to
Nice
another
little-
5.
Okay, interesting little kick out there. Good job navigating the color conflicts.
Okay, we've got 7 lines. Card is definitely going to send more with combos while Bowser chains whatever he wants to chain.
Bowser chain failed, but
How
is now
ca-
resetting
what?
up, failing again. The
How
Bowser
did
chains
Kamek
just
have-
aren't.
Oh my god.
Oh
Kamek.
no.
I don't know how Kamek had time.
Bowser
to
down stack. This may be it. Oh, he got to it.
Oh, and there's
There-
a chain.
He's going to get extra stop time with that chain, but Beefin's having a rough time with Kamek right now.
Well,
So
Kamek,
Okay.
can afford this
Extra chaining
to
seconds
happen.
here.
it's a crush. Oh, there's gonna be another chain off of that.
He's just hanging out there.
Bowser trying to extend
They're in the
chain,
second
couldn't
tier.
get down to it.
Oh, I
More
think
second tier
this
stuff.
This is gonna
There's
be
nothing
it,
on
I
the
think.
second tier now. He
There
doesn't
it
have time to
is.
downstack that,
There
and
it
there
is.
Bowser
Ooh.
goes.
Bowser living on the second tier, and there just wasn't anything there finally. A minute Bowser to close it out. Cards had to be sweating that, knowing that he was on a good pace, but
Mm-hmm.
Bowser can go a minute or 2 or 8, like you never really know. Escapes with the stage win, escapes with the race win.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was really scary, but the difference here was just those 1 or 2 one more line situations.
Yeah, and the way this Bowser's going right here, he would have had Cards Bowser would have had to troll a lot.
I think this Bowser is done.
Yep. Crush on Beefin Bowser. But too much trolling early stages for him to make up for. And there you go with the GG claps from Beefin. 848 for Cards. Wildly consistent once again. And Beefin finishing out with that 938. He had 4 runs right there in that, mid to late 9 range that were all kind of clustered together, and
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are some good times. You've got a chance. He won one of those, but Cards had 5 runs sub 9.
Look at that. Look at that run from Cards in the last 4 matches. 858, 842, 835, 848. Just pushing Beefin to the limit. Beefin rose to the challenge by pushing this out to a game 7 and just maybe just gets a little bit more luck in game 7 and turns this around. But, you know, dread it, run from it. Cards comes out on top.
Cards consistency gets him that win. Gets him the 4th star.
Give Cards a 4th star and the win.
I love seeing matches with 7 stars by the end. Go all 7 games. Keep it close. Keep it exciting. And this one certainly was one. Cards taking it at the end, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do we have time to get the players in here? It's not like anything's happening else on this channel.
Yeah, that was a really good match. So let's ask our players really quick if they want to come in for an interview. Because we just get set up really quick here.
The audience is reacting the exact same way those bouncing stars are.
All right, we will invite our runners in for an interview.
Yeah, an updated bracket here showing Cards taking that win. He is our 3rd place finisher. Got the bronze.
He will not be bopped more than once.
All right, and we are joined by Cards of the Heart and Beefin, and you know, that was a fantastic match from you two, pushing the drama out to the maximum. Cards, how are you feeling going into that game 7? You know, putting up some amazing times, but still dropping 2 in a row to push it to the max.
I tell ya, I was doing my practice earlier today, getting shorter chains on these foes. I had been preaching like X4 maximums I was trying for most of the run, and before this, I was getting some really good luck with X3 maximums, just punching the combo output out even further. But once I got into the match, there were a couple of times where I was one more lined throughout that match, so I found myself questioning my mid-game strategy the entire way. So yeah, big props to Beefin. Like this is the first appearance from Beefin, and wow, definitely did not disappoint. Goodness.
Yeah, Beefin, looking at the times over there, I mean, Cards put up 5 sub 9s in a no reset scenario, and you ended up in 3-1 down on the brink and just pulled out 2 amazing times in game 5 and game 6 to make Cards times not matter. Like, were you just feeling it, or did you shift your strategy a little bit there when you were down? I mean, you were definitely playing very aggressive and it was paying off.
Well, not to sound like all those sports people. First off, I do want to thank Cards for one hell of a match. I was really worried in the very beginning. I was like, oh crap, I'm like down 2-0. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get rinsed again like I did my homie Yosh.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like I just kept doing what I've been doing. I've been practicing with like shorter chains and like heavier combos. Those people that know me, I always say that 8s and 9s are 8s primarily are the gateway to power. So like I was trying to get more combo garbage in there. But man, that 725 was a heater. I gotta tell you, that was wild. But I don't know. I just, it sucked that like I got some clears. I wasn't watching the match, so the only part of the match that I saw was the lack. I don't think I need to like say any further what that lack was. because I think that pretty much speaks for itself. But yeah, I just try to like play my game. I know that this is like my first tournament, and I know that what I was doing was quite volatile. I know that I was going for like a lot of, I don't know what people call swag strats or whatever, but that's just what I've been doing like the whole time I've been running the game. So I was just like, well, I'm just doing what I've been doing. And it worked out sometimes and it didn't work out other times. By the way, TA, I have that shirt. That shirt owns. Love that shirt.
I don't know if you were listening at all, but I called out that respect for your shirt that you were wearing today. It was definitely a great one too.
If anyone wants the
TA
link
swag
for
merch.
those shirts rule. I can give you the link. Support that guy.
I noticed, yeah, I think when the quality of play is this hot, I think both players really force themselves into, if they weren't already going to, doing those, I just call them high-risk strats. Like, you have a better chance of getting a stage under 15, but also a slightly higher chance of it snowballing into, like, 40 seconds plus if they get out of your short attack. And
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think
Like, that definitely
that.
happened a few times, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I picked up on, I think it was mentioned earlier in the broadcast that I had picked up from watching Yoshi's runs for so long that the shorter chains were working for him. Like I've been observing throughout the history of the V-Hard speedrun of this game, going back to like 2010. It was like when one of the, or maybe it actually goes back to 2007, I think, when the first speedrun got published on the old Speed Demos archive site. The chains, yeah, indeed, yes, indeed. The chains have just gotten smaller and smaller, and for optimal play. And I've been trying to adopt more of that, like in the early game, like stages 2 through 6. I want to try to. I tried experimenting with like an X3 chain maximum, but my combos were not always there and left me a bit short. So I found myself waffling between X3 opens, X4 opens, and X5 opens the entire time. I was really scrambling to try and find the sweet spot for each stage, but yeah, that was nuts. I still can't get over the things we just saw there.
I'll tell you what, Cards. I mentioned it during the broadcast, and if you go back and I hope both of you go back and rewatch. You both played really well, and there's a lot of things that I think.
I'll go back and watch.
But Cards, I mentioned it a few times. I think the difference here in this match was your consistent follow up. There was a few times, like you said, you found yourself, your open wasn't there. You were a couple lines short. Your follow up cadence today was, I think, the difference in most of the matches where you were able to get, a follow up, let it drop, a follow up, let it drop a lot more consistently. And that I think that is an underrated part of everyone's game, or it should be an underrated part of everyone's game that they work on going forward. As you mentioned, the old runs, I think, were big chains, big opens. Now I think the difference is going to be in that second wave, and you played really well with that today. I think was good. I want to congratulate you on that, and congrats on winning. Like, I don't know that there's a question in what I said. I'm just making an observation there.
No, I would definitely agree with that. Even though without checking the tapes, I would definitely say that my follow-ups were not as good today, and for myself personally, I would say that's very generous to say that it wasn't as good. But yeah, I would definitely say that if I'm gonna go back and like check the tapes and like see what I could do to like improve that, yeah, I would say that the follow-ups are much better. Conch says something in here about talking about PB grinder versus racing.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing here and being nice, but yes, I would say that for this tournament right now, I would definitely say that my lack of experience in like race situations probably cost me the match today. I'd have to again check the tapes, but if I was just gonna take like a like a bird's eye view, a raven's eye view of my assessment, I would say that that's probably the difference. And shout outs to Cards again. That was one hell of a race. that was I'm definitely gonna run it back. I want to do better next year. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got a lot to build on here, Beef, and I can't wait to see what you do next time.
Hey, Cards. How's it feel knowing that for the last, I don't know, 8-9 years, you've basically faced FFR in 2 out of every 3 tournaments, and for the next 8-9 years, you're basically going to face Beefin in every 8 out of 9 tournaments.
Hooray!
Bring it on.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Loving the talent that's been coming up over recent years. Hopefully I can do my part to spread awareness of the game and get more people involved in these things. This has been amazing to see. I will never be not amazed at how much deeper the talent pool gets every single year.
For sure. Thank you.
Well, more and more people with small wands engraved with the words "Bop Cards."
Sorry to all of you. I tried my best. Shout outs to the Gremlin Pit. You know who you are. I tried and I almost got it, but you gotta beat the man before you can become the god. So
Hey, as per usual, the real winner here was Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
Real winner was Bowser. That's for sure.
Except that one run you had where you like sub 20'd your entire cave.
Yeah, that was insane. Can I bottle that and use that on my next PB attempt, please?
for one brief run, VHard actually lost.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else that Cards Beefin TA6 you want to share or get off your mind before we wrap up this broadcast and give a preview of next weekend?
My final word I'll give here. Wow.
I'll extend that a little bit and say wowee.
Wowie zowie.
Why is everyone so stupidly good now that we have to push ourselves to do these crazy strats every time? It's sick.
Well, the cool thing about running Puzzle League games is that you'll get you don't have to learn dedicated strats. So people that were a god at this game like 20 years ago, and then they find this community, they're like, oh, speedrunning this seems fun, and then they're just immediately amazing. They don't have to learn like, how do I do these backwards jump tricks in Mario 64? Like, no, it's just be good right away. Like, I think that happened with me. It happened with Foxy. Lunar came in. Everyone that's joined recently has had like it has been at least a mid-level runner, and it's been incredible.
I'll just say something real quick. I didn't think I would get so far as I did, and we all stand on the shoulders of giants, and I definitely wouldn't be here without this wonderful community and all the people that I hang out with. To all of you watching, you guys are amazing, and you could have been anywhere in the world today, but you spent it here with us, and we appreciate that. And good luck to FFR and the homie Yosh for the belt. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm really looking forward to the future of this game. So thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
Well said.
We are a nice collection of sweet and salty nut bars.
The shipping on that belt's going to be horrendous.
Well, that was a fantastic match, but just so all of you know, that was the 3rd place match. Guys, there's more to come. Let's take a look. We've got some definite action coming at us over the next couple weekends, or it's one more weekend. We've got tournament, our little side stage clear tournament. Still some time to sign up for that one through the 5th. So if you're interested in signing up there, definitely go check that out. And the first place, the grand finals match, it is coming. Our champion will be crowned next weekend.
Yeah, and that one's going to be a best of 9. So there could be possibly fatal levels of salt in that matchup. So you're not going to want to miss that.
It sounds extremely tasty. I'm here for it. I'm here for the violence.
I want to see 9 stars on the screen by the time we're done.
Yes. Oh God.
Fill them up. Fill them up.
God,
Let's go.
I hope I can catch some of that because it's going to be Easter and I'll be in North Dakota. But I will check that out one way or another as all of you should as well.
And I'm going to make one more quick shout out to everybody. You know, obviously catch these matches live, but and those who are here today live, we appreciate you. If you didn't, or if you've got a friend who wasn't able to make it here, Cards gets these uploaded onto YouTube over the course of the week afterwards. Definitely share those links around so you can check these out after the fact. Because they're a great watch, even if you happen to have the misfortune of not catching it live. So share those around. Those are all up on the League of Puzzle Speedrunners YouTube channel.
They're great to watch at work. I watch them at work all the time.
Oh,
I
awesome.
don't.
Thank you.
I don't because I find myself staring at the puzzles more than I do work. But everyone to each their own.
I have no idea why that would be a bad thing. Why is that bad?
I think it's fine. My boss doesn't agree.
Well,
No need to report something until there's something to report.
all right. Well, I think as much as I'd love to ramble with everyone for hours and hours, we should probably save the space on my hard drive on the recording.
That's what Friday night race nights are for. Join us there too.
For sure. I'll be stopping by there more often. I haven't been available much on Fridays, but I'll find some time. I'll get at you guys.
Yes, definitely. Come join us on Friday nights. You know, the tournament might be over soon, but the community will always be here. So come be a part of it. So, on behalf of the League of Puzzle Speedrunners and Six, Tetris Attacker, Cards of the Heart, bfin, and all of our viewers and runners, this is Tayman saying thanks for watching.
Wow.
GG.
Happy puzzling.